Huge news in the world of football as Erik ten Hag has been sacked as the manager of Manchester United. This news is coming off the recent 2-1 defeat United had at the hands of West Ham away, a game which included some really poor officiating, but also some very poor missed opportunities from United. Now, Ruud van Nisteroy has been appointed the interim manager of United. A lot of people have been surprised about this. I'm not at all. Mainly because this is something that I predicted was going to happen at the beginning of the season. Take a look from my video from where I gave my predictions for this Premier League season. I think he's going to get sacked by Christmas. I wouldn't be surprised if United sack Erik ten Hag and then promote Ruud van Nisteroy to first team manager. I wouldn't be surprised about that. Now look, I'll be honest with you, I understand why Van Nisteroy is the obvious choice for United. Prior to this season, over the summer, United had a lot of talks with several different managers with the chance of them replacing Erik ten Hag. And now, let's be real, I've been someone who's been extremely critical of Erik ten Hag. I think he was not a very, very good manager for United, and I didn't see him implementing a style of play within the team that I felt United could build off of for a future. But the manner with which the club has sacked Erik ten Hag, in my opinion, it's just flat out wrong. At the end of last season, United finished far below their expectations in the Premier League. However, they did win an FA Cup. It was clear to everyone with a fully functioning brain that Erik ten Hag was not the guy for the job at United long term. What did United do? As I mentioned, they interviewed a few candidates over the summer. None really tickled their fancy. They decided to give ten Hag a shot in this upcoming season. In my opinion, that was really stupid. You should just got rid of him when you knew he was not the long-term solution at your club. Let's be real. At the end of last season, Erik ten Hag did not perform well in the Premier League, but he won himself a trophy. Had United and ten Hag parted ways at that point, he would have had a lot of job opportunities at other clubs, given the fact that he's coming off winning a trophy. Now, I understand United, it's hard to sack a manager after they literally just won an FA Cup. But let's be real, the expectations of the Manchester United manager in how they perform in the Premier League is way higher than what the results ten Hag was producing. So I just don't understand why United kept the guy around when he could have went out on a high. United could have looked at other solutions to their issues, and it would have been a very good way for them to part ways, in my opinion. Instead, United are 8 or 9 games into this season. They've been poor, and now it's going to be a lot harder for this guy to go look for another good job. Don't get me wrong, I'm cognizant of the fact that Erik ten Hag will be fine, but I think he could have landed himself a better position had he been sacked at the end of last season versus at the start of this season. And now, who knows what's going to happen with Ruud van Nisteroy? He's never seen any first-team managerial role to this level before. I do think the expectations are going to be low for him. I don't think anyone at the club or any United fans expects Van Nisteroy to come in and just set the world on fire. But I do think a lot of them are hopeful that he could produce good results. At the end of the day, I don't think the managerial options for United are that great. They're not terrible, but it's the likes of Graham Potter, Thomas Frank. You know, some guys who, Thomas Frank has done well at Brentford. Graham Potter, you know, he was good at Brighton, kind of failed at Chelsea. And, you know, there's also the option of, like, Eddie Howe or something like that. But all of this to say, I just don't think United have a clear-cut replacement for ten Hag. And that's my point. I feel as though if United had a good replacement, they would have made the change. But I don't think that solves the issue of the fact that ten Hag was bad at the end of last season. Why don't you make the change when you know this isn't the right long-term solution? Currently, United are in 14th. I mean, really, there's only going up from here if you're Van Nisteroy, right? Like, I don't see United dipping that far below into, like, a relegation battle. As much as I would be happy to see that, and I think it would be really funny, I don't think it's realistic. This past game against West Ham, they didn't perform their best, but they were a little unlucky with the late penalty. And, I mean, Dalot had one of the worst misses I've ever seen before in my life. However, the week prior, they played fairly well at home against Brentford. So, I really think that once United establish a clear style of play, they'll improve. And it's just a matter of whether or not Van Nistelrooy can do that with the team. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you know every time I make a new video. Also, follow me on Twitter. My link is down below in the description. I appreciate you guys for all the support, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.